and it's this is the coldest of opens. Do you feel it, Jake? There's something cold in the air. The Flurry Sports Podcast is back. Jake, actually, you know what? Let's start with this. Can I talk to you about a type of fraud that I want to start doing, maybe, or like look into?
A frog?
Fraud. F-R-A-U-D. Tax
season. I was like, are you gonna own frogs, dude? Because I'm out on that. That's a weird ass bet.
There's horse girls. There's weird cat people. Why can't I be a frog guy? No, fraud.
What kind of fraud do you want to do?
Okay, and this, maybe we should get Bloody Dan on the show if you don't completely shut me down, okay? Because it's about cars.
Wow. Okay.
I've never heard of anybody doing this, but there's no way it's impossible. Why can't we just turn back the number of miles on a car before we trade it in?
People have 100% done that before. I've heard of that.
Okay, why aren't more people doing it?
I think it's detectable.
No, we can hack into anything, and we're like, we can't hack into this car, especially if it's like a 2010. There's no shot.
I like that you think no one's done that before. It used to be a fucking turnstile. You could have just gone in there and.
By the way, no way of checking.
I think, except you would have ruined your reputation, good sir. You know what though? That is the type of fraud I would do and be like, I want to move 5 miles.
For sure. Like if you're trading in a car, like let's get it a little under 100K, and then let's trade it in.
It does sound a little bit like we had an aunt who told everyone she was 30 until her daughter turned 14. Like, like at what point does that get a little spicy? Like, it's like, you've like had this, I sold this car to you 10 years ago.
By the way,
do you drive?
We do have an aunt that did that, Jake.
Well, I tried to say, hey, I'm trying to keep it anonymous.
Okay, for sure. Yeah.
Maybe I heard that somewhere else. You'll never know.
Who knows? But Jake, it is season 8 of the Flurry Sports Podcast. We have a couple themes. One's going to be fraud. Maybe we get a new type of fraud we learn about every week. Turns out people are doing the one I just thought of. And love is in the air. I think you'll find out more about that on a segment later in the show. We are dedicated to finding love. Not for us. We found it.
Correct.
Thank you to our girlfriends.
I'd like to thank the people, specifically a couple people.
Yeah, at different points during the season, I think we'll both give our thank you speeches. But for your sister. And so later in the show, we have a segment with your sister and your girlfriend. Thank you, Claire. If you want to thank Claire one more time. I don't know. But we got a great segment, Finding Love for Emily.
It's a big Claire season. We're excited to be here. I will say, what that made me think of? It's been award season since we've been gone. How does it? No one thinks they're going to win, and no one knows who to thank. If they don't come to mind, fuck them. It's like, you know who you are. Thank you very much. If they're like, you didn't thank me on stage and I'm personally hurt by it, Jesus Christ, you win an award then.
Yeah. Then don't thank me and it'll be fine. We'll be even.
100%. Yeah. It's a clean slate then, isn't it? But I like, we get 10 minutes into a thank you speech and I'm like, oh yeah, God. And I'm like, okay, what are we doing? How deep is your list?
And by the way, God offended then. Like, why was I 10th?
What are you doing? Locust? Whoa. Yeah. It really breaks out. But speaking of fraud, Zach, I mean, we've got a big topic today because baseball in the air. Speaking of love affairs, I love baseball. And do you know how I was like, Flurry Sports Podcast coming back just in time for opening day, and no one's excited about it. Everyone, why can't baseball players stop cheating? Why can't we stop doing shit, man?
That's baseball, baby. And by the way, biggest baseball story of one of the biggest, it could turn into one of the biggest of all time, legitimately. 100%. And baseball wants to get rid of it? No. Run your car over Shohei Ohtani. You don't owe him anything. Ride this story into relevance.
The hard part is they do owe him something.
I mean, a lot of money. But
they owe him about $700 million, which, by the way, guaranteed. That's why someone was like, why are they trying to sweep this under the rug? I'm like, I mean, who isn't? Dodgers? See ya. Leagues like, this guy's the face of our league. Everyone wants it gone. Even the interpreter's like, you know what? I did it.
the one guy who can speak English in his camp says I did it. Like, come on, what are we doing here? Before we get into that, though, Jake, people have noticed. I'm not sure if you've noticed. We didn't start this with a theme song.
Oh, honestly, you told me before the air we were going to listen to it, and I was like, he'll put it in post.
No. I don't want to edit it in. So we are going to be listening to it here. What we're doing every single episode in season 8, there's this new, actually really good, finally, AI music software.
Oh, let's go.
And we got multiple versions of the same song that we're going to listen to during this episode. This first one is a full song. So it's too good to abbreviate, by the way. We're listening to the whole fucking thing. 3 minutes. So buckle up. But it is the season 8 kickoff song for the Flurry Sports Podcast. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
And by the way, this is the bar. So if anyone wants to submit suggestions for songs or submit songs of their own to play for the start of our podcast, let us know. But this is the bar. So here we go. Let's try this one.
We've been waiting for this moment. It's finally here. The boys are back, bringing the sports atmosphere. Zach and Jake, the dynamic duo we adore. They've got sports things to talk about, and so much more. It's the season 8 kickoff, time to light the fuse. The Flurry Sports Show, ready to make the news. Let's go! They'll make you laugh, they'll make you cheer. The boys are here, let's raise a cheer. Get ready for the breakdowns and the game predictions. Think football to basketball, they got it all. Bringing you the highlights and entertainment that enthrall.
The breakdown.
Get ready for the breakdowns and the game predictions. They've got the flair, they've got the diction. From football to basketball, they've got it all. Bringing you the highlights and entertainment that enthrall. We've been waiting for this moment, it's finally here. The boys are back, bringing the sports atmosphere. Zach and Jake, the dynamic duo we adore. They've got sports things to talk about, so much more. Season 8 kickoff, time to light the fuse. Flurry Sports Show, ready to make the news. They'll make you laugh, they'll make you cheer. The boys are here, let's raise a cheer. Get ready for the breakdowns and the game predictions. They've got the flair, they've got the diction.
Diction.
Football to basketball, they've got it all. Bringing you the highlights and entertainment that enthrall.
Ooh.
Honestly, it's a banger. You're going to get stuck in your head.
Dude, music's doomed. Oh my God, that's crazy. That's really good. People, we're outgunned.
No shit. And by the way, the best part about that is we got a gospel version that I'll play at the end of the show that you need to listen to. That's the cliffhanger. That's something to get you listening to the rest of the show. It is incredible.
Honestly, the whole time I was like, did they get OAR to record this? Because it sounds just like them. And then during the football to basketball, they got it all. I was like, fuck, it's yellow card. We got a little... If I could find it now. I was like, let's go, baby. Okay.
Wait until I have next week's theme song, shorter for the people at home, which is
Thank
great.
God.
It's a doozy. It's so funny. I was crying laughing. I made it way before this one. It is so funny.
So excited. Good.
Every week, new theme song. Give us, if you want to make suggestions, say a genre of music you want it to be, and then just something, obviously related to the show. Don't just say something random. But let us know at FlurrySports Pod on Twitter. You can let us know there. You can comment this on the YouTube video. All of our podcasts are going to be in video form on the Flurry Sports YouTube page. Or, and this is my favorite, to be completely honest, you can leave a 5-star review and just say a genre of music. Just say a genre of music and a random thing about the show. Can be bury the lead. Can be Rudy Gobert killed a bat. Or not, I mean, he did that too, baby. He ate a bat. Allegedly,
That's true. And returning tonight, hysterical. So it could be a lot of different things, Zach, but I like it. What if we love a vote? We love a vote. What if at the end of the season, votes for our favorite song, and that's what we do next season?
I love that. We'll do that. Maybe I should upload each song on the YouTube page as well, so people could actually listen to it again.
Yeah, like it there. That could be how we do the votes. Basketball, we got it all. 3 minutes of that. That's a lot.
It is, but the music, the lyrics, subpar. That's where AI is lacking, I would say.
Diction got me. Wow, that's a grammar skill we got. I like that.
How many pop punk songs are using the word diction nowadays?
100%.
Soon to be soon. At least one. It's great.
John Boehner? Is that you? Or not John Boehner. He was the Speaker of the House. John Baylor? The ACT prep guy?
Yeah.
Circle it. Yeah, that guy was crazy.
He is crazy. Speaking of crazy, Jake, this Shohei Ohtani story. We're recording this on the night of, and I guess, like an hour after he gave his address.
Yeah, not even. Yeah, correct.
His Gettysburg address, I guess. I don't know what. Jake listened to it, and I obviously did not.
More like Richard Nixon. I'm not a crook.
Fair enough. That is, he does give off those vibes. Okay, so I don't know what you were saying. The translator said something. What did he say anything today or no?
He was not there today. Separate press conference today. It was just Ohtani. Ohtani's camp kind of coming out, which no longer includes him, notably. So here's the minute rundown, 30-second rundown for folks at home just trying to catch up. Came out that this big illegal gambling ring in California was busted. One of the people involved was like former MLB player Yasiel Puig, other thing alleged in there. And one of them, Ohtani's interpreter and longtime friend, like childhood friend, Ipe, was in there. And this, obviously, all the scandal, he sets up. So this is like the weird part. Ipe kind of takes it on himself, like, I'm going to clear things up. Like, I want to set the record straight because there are checks in Ohtani's name. Mentioned this. ESPN has bank statements made from Ohtani's account to like match these figures. Now, things in Ohtani's favor. Ipe apparently gave this big long spiel to ESPN that was going to come out an article basically saying, hey, I did all of this on my own. Ohtani never met with the bookie. The bookies confirmed that. Never met with Ohtani. Was never under the presumption it was Ohtani. Knew it was Ipe. But Ohtani covered for him basically like, hey, I'm in all this debt. I'm done gambling now. I need help. And Ohtani gave him the money. That was the initial claim. Then, I guess like literal hours before that article was supposed to go out, seemingly approved by everybody, Ohtani's lawyer stepped in and was like, no, this guy stole from Ohtani. So now ESPN's like, well, what the fuck? We just did all this research. Yeah. And it's a total 180. And now they're claiming, no, that's not true. Ipe came out, like the interpreter came out and changed his tune as well. Like some people think that's suspicious, but came out and was like, no, I lied. I did steal it. But Ohtani's name's down the check. So today was the day, Zach. We got to hear from the horse's mouth himself via a different interpreter, I guess. So he spoke today, and I would say the big takeaways is takeaway one. Ohtani, in no uncertain terms, because this was kind of going around, was like, what if he was the one betting and Ipe was like covering it or part of it? He stated point blank, I've never bet on sports. I abhor sports betting and gambling. I'm a very conservative person, which is kind of what we knew about him already. I would never do that. I've never gone through a middleman or anything else. And part B, I was stolen from by someone I really trusted, and it was theft. So did throw him under the bus, didn't go back to story A of like, I was trying to just help a buddy out. Because that was the weird part, was at first it wasn't like he was claiming Ohtani did the betting. He was just claiming, well, I told Ohtani I was $4.5 million in debt and he covered for me. So I think, I don't know if fans are being gullible with that, because I think some fans and sports talk people are like, well, if that's the truth, why didn't he just say it? Because he'd still be in a shit ton of trouble. Like, you can't do so. Like, I get that too. Even if that is what happened, they can't say that. So that's where we're at, Zach. That is the story of the day. I will say, and this is my funny note to you, it has come out since, because people were doing something. Because at first people were like, what if Ipe is just covering for him? He maybe has a history of being a little bit of a con man. It has since been discovered he had a blurb that he apparently, this was, Ohtani's like, this is a guy I want for my translator. Like, okay, can you describe your job history and we'll post it online, and the blurb that was posted on the Angels website for like years while Ohtani was there was, this is Ipe. He is a professional broadcaster, graduated from this University of California school, I believe Riverdale, has worked for the Yankees and the Red Sox in the past for this Japanese player. None of that's true. Lied in the blurb, never graduated from that college, has never worked for another MLB team before. So yeah, not true. Apparently but that's the piece I don't get about that. Everyone's like, see, he lies. And I'm like, yes, but another example of like, Ohtani must have known.
Yeah.
Because, and that one in a vacuum may be harmless, because it's like Ohtani just picked a buddy who could speak both English and Japanese and gave him a job, which I don't mind, but here we are. So here we land, Zach, and to undercut it before we get your opinions, I mean, for folks listening at home, like, what's the big deal? Betting is literally baseball's cross to die on.
Yeah.
Like, it is the one cheating scandal they have consistently been iron fist on. The two major scandals in baseball's history, the Black Sox scandal and the Pete Rose scandal, both of those entities are banned from baseball for life. So if Ohtani is like in any way was betting on especially baseball, but I think sports in general and covering it up, he will never play baseball again. And I do think the alternative to that is he gets no suspension time.
Mm-hmm.
I think there's no in between. He either is donezo or he'll play opening day and he'll never get suspended.
Right. I think it did come out, at least from what – I don't think everything's public, obviously. But most of the betting was not on baseball. None of it was on baseball that
Correct.
What we know, which, again, baseball is doctoring everything we hear, just so we all are very much aware of this. Yeah. Shohei Ohtani had no idea. He was betting. Like, let's not be fucking dumb here. Like, there's no shot in hell. He was very much going through a guy. And weird. This guy is a con artist. So is Ohtani. And what did I tell you, Jake, when the Dodgers signed Shohei Ohtani? I said, okay, great. We got one team off the list that isn't going to win the World Series.
It's true. He's a bored loser.
He's a loser. That's what everyone's missing out of this entire thing. Shohei Ohtani's a loser. That's what he does.
I do have one rebuttal to that, which is he certainly went through a lot of work for a middleman to write his own name on the checks.
Yeah. Wait, whose name was on the checks?
Shohei's name was on the checks.
Yeah, he signed his own checks.
I don't know. I do think Shohei's kind of come across very naive in the past. I think his friend did it, and he came to him and said, I need money. And Shohei said, idiot, here's for him. I think he didn't realize it, and he paid for him.
By the way, that number is not correct. There's no shot. It's going to be higher.
This is, by the way, one bookie. Yeah, this is higher for sure. By the way, someone was like, 4.5 million, that's so many. No one just bets 4.5 million.
No, of course not. Especially someone who's very rich now. And someone who is a notable loser. You're saying the only thing we know two things about this entire case, Jake. One, Ohtani loses whatever he does. And the other thing is someone lost a lot of money betting. Why can't we just connect that dot?
Correlation.
Like, boom.
It is also, it's so baseball to like, can we just like clear this up? Why do we have a half-baked ESPN article that we all know what it says, but I can't read the actual article? And then we come out and now everything's different. And why wasn't this one statement? When the whole time you want to talk about things we know, Ipe and Ohtani are agreeing with each other. That has been consistent the whole time, but it's just changed together. So that's so suspicious.
Super. It feels like it feels like the MLB is in a boardroom planning, like, okay, what's the next thing we release? How do we control the storyline? So the golden child is fine. We're not going to Pete Rose him. He has to stay the face of the MLB. Let's make him the ultimate baby face. Not only like, oh, he just got a bunch of money. He's super rich. Now he's not like the underdog anymore. Oh, he got stolen from. Now, he didn't just get all this money stolen. It's from his best friend. Shohei Ohtani's in a country where he doesn't speak the damn language. It is the only voice box he has betrayed him. He is the ultimate babyface.
To be fair, that is so sad. Like it is hard for me because he's either, think about that, he is either the ultimate crook who's thrown his only friend under the bus so that he can continue to profit for, by the way, the next 30 years and be the richest man in California, or his only friend did betray him. So it is like, I don't know which way to go. I think what we're seeing is the cynical side of fans come out of like, this can't be this cut and dry. He just stole the money from him. And if so, this is going unnoticed. If so, he stole the money and then telling Ohtani's people, don't worry, I'll come clean in the ESPN article, and then sugarcoating it. Awesome.
Yeah. Very
that is cool. That is very funny. Don't worry, I'll admit it. And he's like, okay, I did it. But he helped. It's funny. They're like, oh, no, take it back. Okay.
It just makes sense that Ohtani's behind it because we already know he's a gambling man. Jake. How much money did he sign a contract for this year?
I think $725 million.
How much money does he get paid?
$725 million.
No, this year.
Oh, apologies. $2 million.
$2 million. Why? How could a superstar not take more money? Because he thought he had a big ass parlay that's about to fucking hit on soccer. He's like, we're good, dude. We're fine.
To be fair, Samford looked good, dude.
Yeah, he did. He's always chasing that next win. He's a degenerate like me, like all of us who bet. He thought the next win was around the corner, and he's still chasing. He's still trying.
And just like that, folks, Zach's backing out Ohtani.
I mean,
that's where I thought that was going. He's like me. We're in this together.
That's true. Yeah, it's us against the world. Ohtani, come on the show. I'll be your translator.
Let him play. I think a few things are going on. This is such shitty timing for baseball. They're like, can we talk about this in 3 months when it's June and we don't have anything to talk about?
Weren't they also in Korea?
Yes.
Yeah. So the focus is he was over there, right? It's
100%. He was supposed to be the superstar.
Did he play when he was over there then or no?
Yes, he played. Reportedly, there are reactions of him finding out the news in the Dodger locker room.
Oh, I was hoping it would be like the manager comes out while he's at an at-bat. It's very much George W. reading a children's book, finding out the train towers went down. Like Ohtani's just freaking out on the mound. That'd be great.
Yeah, he was in the locker room and apparently was crestfallen and had reactions. So, could that be staged? Yes. So that's the whole thing is he knew about it. He so didn't know about it that he found out hours after the rest of us did.
Well, isn't the one first, jokes aside, the one guarantee is he definitely knew something, right?
Well, No, and here's why. And that people are really hanging on to that, Zach. But I think what the accusation is that his signature or accounts were forged.
Why does his translator have access to his accounts?
Because he's also his childhood best friend.
That's so?
That part hasn't been explained anywhere, Zach, but that is the accusation. It's not bamboozlement. He didn't trick Ohtani into giving him money. That hasn't been alleged. The allegation is theft. And what we know about the case was that checks were made in Ohtani's name. I could be wrong. I think the assertion there is that we have a catch me if you can going on. I think we've got a little forgery happening. The other claim that heard is like the same way that you or I, as poor people, might be like, I'm buying a house, but I'm going to put my parents' name on it. Right. That how does this translator get all this money? He tells the bookie, well, do you know who my boss is? He puts his name on it to say, that's how I'm going to get your goddamn money. But that's not what the article's saying. The article's saying we have bank statements with Shohei's name on it. So, but I'm just telling you, I think that's what the fuck's happening there. That has not been explained at all. That didn't get touched on today, but he has not disputed the bank statements and he's claiming theft. So I think that's what's happening is he's claiming somehow he got access to his account. I hope
next week.
My God. They go back to a press conference and the translator's like, they're asking what your bank numbers are.
Yeah. I mean, that's
probably... What was your first pet's name?
I mean,
it's a weird question from The Guardian.
Let's go back in time, Jake. And I'm going to say a point that I said 2 years ago.
Uh-oh.
Stephen A. was right. Learn fucking English. Like, this all would have been avoided.
I don't know if that's what's going on. I think he had to pick better friends. I won't defend Stephen A. Not even for an iota. No. That, that, by the way, that's coming up in a podcast.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
Looks like you should have picked a better role model, huh?
Yeah.
A different face of baseball. Wow. If only he didn't have a translator. That sucks. That is what he's going to say, isn't it?
Whoops.
He's going to say that's what he meant.
Yeah, that's right.
I wasn't claiming the language. I meant his translator was shady.
I'm not. I couldn't say it then, but I heard some things. That'll be Stephen A.
He was at the same restaurant as Zion Williamson.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
I forgot he said that, so I made that joke. It's my favorite thing. I've got sources in a restaurant in Louisiana.
Yeah. Fucking stupid.
He's also a bookie.
Yeah.
But Zach, I've got a game today, a hysterical, if you will, based on some of history's greatest frauds, if you'd like to participate.
Wow. Okay. I mean, tying it back to fraud already. Let's do it.
Boom. So for the people listening at home, we love a theme here on the FlurrySports Podcast. So for this season, Zach and I are going to do games each week ongoing, and we're keeping track of how we do. So every week, we're going to kind of set the table. This week, Zach, for our hysterical, I'm changing the rules of it a little bit. So basically what we're doing here, Zach, is I have a list of 10 frauds in sports history, funny scandals, wild claims. Some of them, Zach, are true. Some of them are made up by yours truly.
Okay.
You are going to tell me, is that historical or is that hysterical? Real or fake. I think, do we want to just say if you get more wrong than right, I win? And if you get more right than wrong, or do we put a number on it out of 10?
I think you got to put a number. Put the stakes.
I think you got to get more than 6. 6 is a failing grade.
Okay, so if I get 7 or more, let's put $10 on the line every single week. So if I get 7 or more,
okay,
and then we'll do a running tally the entire season, and we'll see what happens. So if I get 7 or more, 10 for me, 6 or less, 10 for you.
Wow, here we go, baby. Okay, already in Ohtani's honor, we're betting. By the way, as long as we're here, assholes at home in the comment section. You can't do it on this video because we haven't gotten a sponsorship with them yet. Anytime a betting thing comes up, you're not clever when you go, oh, says the show's sponsored by DraftKings. Yeah, we get it, dude. The whole thing's sponsored by betting. We understand that they still have to cover it. That drives me nuts. I'm reading comment sections like, oh, you all say that you sponsored by FanDuel. Yeah, motherfucker. I'm sponsored by a lot of things.
Right.
Why don't you pay my bills? Okay, here we go. Here's the game. Number one for you, Zach. So is this historical or is this hysterical? First one. The first time baseball was introduced into the Olympics, the Taipei team was eliminated for using an aluminum bat.
This feels like it would be very obvious. Like, was it what? Yeah, like I heard that. Like, you just painted it wood colored. I'm gonna go true.
Wrong out of the gate.
No, damn it.
That's right. I made that one up, Zach, but it would be funny. This did happen, I believe, in a Little League World Series.
Okay, there's for sure something I've heard. That's
okay. Second one, Zach. Olympic fencing.
Okay.
Fencer alters his fencing sword so that he can press a button indicating when he hits something on the other team's sensors.
That's historical. That's real.
That is real. That is real. The guy that once was deemed by a magazine as the greatest Olympian of all time, just put a little button in so he could ding, stab him in there.
I've heard of that one. It's wild.
Very funny. By the way, he got caught because he was just too button happy. That was like take some points. Like he hadn't given up a point like all day. He was pointing at the sky. They were like, didn't get hit. Which I love. So, all right, we're 1-1, Zach. Number 2, in the qualifiers for the 1998 Olympic basketball competition. A lot of these comes from the Olympics, by the way, because Ohtani is a former Olympian. In the qualifiers for the 1998 men's basketball competition for the Olympics, the Slovakia team was found changing out their opponent's ball for a women's ball, which they'd been using in practice instead.
Oh, the Slovaks. Are they using a woman's ball? Yeah, I feel like they're a country that would be doing that. So I'm going to go historical. This is confusing game. Historical.
They do sound like, Zach, I'm afraid that's wrong. You are 1-2. You've guessed real all 3 times. I've got you on your ropes, dude. You're out in the ocean, man.
You're a believable guy. I didn't think you'd lie to me on this show.
Well, I just told you. Guess what? There's more coming. Oh, I'm like Ipe, dude. I mean, bet your ass.
I mean, you chose the right country. If it was a different country, it could have. I would have sniffed that out. But
glad. All right, 1-2. Zach, you can only get one more wrong.
Let's go on a run. Let's go.
Okay. Wow. Next one. At a horse race in Los Angeles, a rider waited for the heavy fog to roll in before he just cut across the grass to win the race.
Come on, dude. Oh, fucking A. It doesn't seem like there's any chance. Like, we see him. That has to be.
Would the year help you?
What? Yeah, what's go for?
I've told you the year every other time. 1989, 1990.
I mean, the year doesn't help me. Like, notably foggy year. Hysterical. There's no shot that's real.
This is real.
How?
It's real. By the way, his nickname, the Phantom Rider. He waited. It was such dense fog. By the way, you're like, how did we believe it? No one did. That's the thing, Zach. All these people got caught. He was the last odds to win the race. And then he won by, this is the funniest part because he couldn't see the rest of the race. He won by 24 legs.
Of course, yeah.
And notably, not muddy.
So stupid. So dumb. Okay, so I got 3 wrong, 4 wrong. What are we at?
You've got 3 wrong. So, Zach, you need a perfect run the rest of the way.
Okay. Why not me? Why not now?
Why not you? I will say, I didn't say this to start the show, and I'm not trying to lead you either way. It's not like 5 and 5, right? It's like a random number of real things and fake things, okay?
Okay.
All right. Next, Zach. A professional golfer was caught mid-open for continually picking up the ball before others could look at where it was placed so he could move it closer.
I mean, that has to be real. I feel like everyone does that. Didn't someone just do that 2 weeks ago? Didn't Spieth do that or something?
He was in Let's Do It. Yeah. It is real, Zach. It is real. This guy did it 5 times in one open, apparently. He just like went up and he's like, I'm marking it. And then he just walked with it and set it back down. Golf's ridiculous. The fact that you could just do that, like, oh, here I am. Dumb sport.
I think it's part of the sport. Why not? As long as you're hitting it close to where it is.
It's true. All right. A gymnast from Ireland eliminated in the mid-2000s when it found out for a qualifier she was related to every judge in the competition.
Is that cheating?
They thought it was.
What was it? Where was this competition? Like, what was it? Olympics? What was it?
It was a qualifier for the Olympics. She was from Ireland.
I am going to say, I'll say this to start. I've never seen an Irish gymnast.
Okay. Good starting point. Okay.
So, what is she like swinging like a sack of potatoes around the butt? This isn't real. There's no way. It's hysterical.
It is hysterical, Zach. I was like, Ireland. I said it. It was like, do they have any gymnasts? I also almost said the 80s, and I was like, don't pick before the IRA. Like, I was like, fuck. So, yeah, that's 100% made up. But I can see that happening. Just turns up, it's like, Mom, Dad, what are you doing here?
I mean, I feel like there should have been checks beforehand, but maybe not. I don't know.
Well, that actually, it just came out. The ref in the women's tournament for the NCAA was removed because she didn't disclose she went to grad school at one of the 2 places.
That's so stupid. Come on.
By the way, if I'm ever a ref, I'm throwing it out there. Don't worry about me reffing a K-State game. I'll call that down the middle. Don't you let me ref an Iowa game. You're losing.
Yeah, she was caught because she was wearing her LSU jersey underneath her uniform.
That's right. Everyone thought she knew Coach Bouquet because she was wearing a jacket that looked like it was a fucking leopard skin.
Yeah.
All right, next one, Zach. You're on a tear. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 left. You got to go 5 for 5.
Of course, yeah.
Here we go. Oh, no, never mind. 4 for 4. Here we go.
Wow.
Next. Olympic rowing team disqualified for having a hand mower.
Wait, what?
Motor. Sorry, motor.
Okay.
Hand mower. Yeah, fuck. Hand motor.
Okay. That feels real. That feels like a very doable thing. Yeah, historical.
Wrong, Zach. I got you.
Really?
You think they stuck a fucking motor in there?
Yeah, I feel like we need a check. I feel like someone's definitely done that.
Shit. I didn't think about this. What if I'd made something up that happened?
I mean, yeah. I feel like that's a very easy thing to do.
I was imagining like it's a rowing team. That was the one I thought for sure you would get right. Everyone's paddles are going. You just see little
little bubbles floating up. Yeah.
Why is there smoke coming out the end? That's your worst wrong. That's a bad wrong.
I mean, it's not like it's a big fucking motor. It's a
louder. They're like trying to time it with the row.
I don't know. Fine. Okay,
all
so
right.
we have 3 left.
You've got 3 left, correct?
Okay, so okay. Let's put some stakes on this. If I go 3 for 3,
oh, nice. Okay, if you go 3 for 3,
give me double, and then if I don't, then you get double. How about that? We'll start out the season hot.
Ooh, all right, let's do it. I'm with that. So you have to go. I like this for me. You have to go 3 for 3.
Yep. Let's go.
Fuck, I didn't put these in an order. Okay, here we go. Let's see how this goes. All right, ready? Next one. Dart contest in England ends in controversy when man throws dart found to be magnetic.
He's magnetizing his darts ahead of time. I've been getting it must be on TikTok. Yeah, it's for sure TikTok because it's not my Twitter. My Twitter is very depressing. I've been getting a lot of like darts, like the competitions and like their entrances, like the entrance songs and stuff.
Yeah.
Someone comes out to Titanium every time. It's electric. It's incredible, actually.
Wow.
Yeah, darts is a big deal.
By the way, we look like we'd be good at darts.
For sure, 100%.
I was thinking about that the other day. It's like, what athlete do I most look like? Because people all the time are like, do you play football? I'm like, I look like I'd be fucking great at darts.
Yeah, for sure. Okay. So magnetizes darts. Was there a specific year on this one?
This one was from 2012.
2012. Okay. They did know how to magnetize things by then.
Magnets were invented.
Yes. That check that off the list. Okay, but I'm just thinking out loud. So if you magnetize the dart, is there metal inside the? No, that doesn't make sense. So, like what would it be like getting attracted towards? Like, is there one little spot on it? Okay, it's fake.
It's fake. Thank God you thought through that. I was like, Zach, I throw it and hit some guy in the fucking metal leg. Like, what
that too.
Talking about? Like, it just winds it in. Okay, good. You're on. Okay, I was also like, for the sake of the stakes, get the first one right. Okay,
we're good.
I will say this next one's big because I'm not changing the order, and I think you're going to get the last one correct.
I mean, I think I'm going to get both correct. So let's go.
Here we go. So I think it comes down to this. Ready for this?
Okay.
Argentina soccer team disqualified from Olympic qualifier for hiring goalie to play for the other side.
One more time. So Argentina was disqualified.
They hired a goalie to play for the other team.
Oh, okay. And this is in what?
Soccer.
Okay, but like, I know there's a million tournaments and you can make up any bullshit thing.
I think it was Olympic qualifier.
They didn't hire him. They just paid him off.
I think it's hired him. They hired a goalie. We want you to play for this team and do badly.
What do you know what the other team was?
Yeah, Bulgaria.
Okay, that's believable. Okay. Bulgaria probably is like rounding up people outside for sure. I could qualify for Bulgaria.
You might now you're 2% Bulgarian.
I'm 0.2% Mongolian, actually.
That is your favorite fact. You bring that up every time you go to Huhat.
I mean, it's the homeland. That's what I call it around here. So Argentina, year? What's the year?
1976.
Okay, Messi wasn't on the team.
No.
Because you don't need to. If you got Messi, you're the best team in the world. That's why the MLS is the best league in the world. Hiring a that doesn't make sense to me. But it's Bulgaria, and you can do anything. It's like the Wild West. It's a funny. Okay. If I'm you, I'm like, what's a?
I've got you on the fucking ropes, dude. I like this.
Well, if I'm you, I'm like, what's a soccer country? Oh, Messi's the best soccer player in the world, so we'll just choose Argentina. And then you just chose some bullshit fucking country, Bulgaria. If we have a Bulgarian listener, just know you can stop listening to the show. We don't need you. It's fake. It's fake.
Oh, Zach, I thought you were going to get that wrong. It is fake. It's fake. Okay. Zach, when you listen back to this, if you got it wrong, I was like, Zach, when you listen back to how I said Bulgaria, you're going to be so mad at yourself because it was
stumbled a little bit.
Because you were thinking, so you didn't see me. I literally was over here like, Bulgaria. I was like, I don't know, man. This turned into 20 questions about halfway through because I felt bad for you. And then we doubled it. So here we go, Zach. I'm on the record. I now feel good about your odds. I want to be in the hole. What a game this is for you. All right.
Season 8. What a year.
Here we go. Ocho. The year 2000.
Okay.
The country, Spain. The Spanish 2000 Paralympic team disqualified because no one on their team was disabled.
It's the ringer. Was Johnny Knoxville on the team?
I think it might have been one of the coaches.
God. It's so rude. Fuck me. I think it's true. That's true.
Zach, you are up $20. That is true.
The
Spanish Paralympic team. Can't believe it. They won.
It's so stupid. It's fucking the Lopez brothers over there playing basketball or what?
By the way, too recent.
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, never know.
Those people, by the way, what assholes, man.
That is so rude, dude. Like, what? Why? Is it a Paralympic gold medal that important?
I bet I could beat the disabled kid in a foot race. Yeah, fuck off, dude. What the hell? Leave some for us.
That's so funny. Wow, what a game. What a way to start off season 8.
Damn, I really was like, I didn't think of that as a bet. I was just like, okay, cool, go for it. Why'd I say Bulgaria?
Hey, Shohei, that's how it's done.
I can't believe you threaded the needle. You really thought that dart was magnetic. You thought
I did. Well, like it just didn't. It's like the soccer thing. It just didn't. There's something that doesn't click. What are we doing?
Talking through it. If I known, I would have made up some better lies. I can't believe I said that gymnast was from Ireland.
Yeah, that was the worst one. That I saw through that.
I felt bad for you at that point. That was
it's
a different time. Wow, right. Zach, you did it. You won our game, and I think maybe it's time to play a different type of game, Zach, for our listeners.
That is true. So throughout this entire season, we're going to have a bunch of different segments in the show. So we are about to go to a segment that we talked about earlier that we recorded with Claire, and then her sister, Emily, does come in. So let's go to that right now. Okay, back to present day. What a segment with Claire and Emily. I'm happy we found Emily, true love. We'll check in with her to see if, it's still going well. But if not, we may have some other future segments to really help Emily tie the knot maybe in season 8. If it works out with, I don't even remember who she chose. Was it Jonathan? Was not Jonathan.
I think she went with, she went with Jonathan, didn't she? The Golden Eagle?
The Golden Eagle? I think that's multiple things wrong. She went with some cat with a heart of gold.
Oh, she did go with the fucking cat. Yeah, you're right. I think it went good for her. I'm just happy she didn't pick Purdue Pete.
I know. I mean, screw Purdue. I mean, Purdue Pete's going to just turn into Zach Edey. That's going to be the new fucking mascot. It's going to be some 7'5" ogre walking the sidelines.
He is too big, and that's coming from me, man. He's that's wild out there. By the way, I do think what would win me over to him if he just fucking brawled.
For sure.
He just starts throwing kids. I'd be
show some personality instead of just being a mouth breather. Like that's all he is. That's his personality. It's not fun.
I know.
It's not cool.
Zach, before we go, maybe that's the name of the segment because we're going to wrap up here. We were gone for a while. One big thing happened, and we're not really going to talk about it because it's been talked to death. Aaron Rodgers, I guess, is a VP candidate. Cool. Reports are allegedly that he doesn't think or has, he's got thoughts on what actually went down in the school shooting. I can't believe I've got to clarify that, but the Sandy Hook school shooting. And that's less cool. But Zach, here's my takeaway from it. Because why am I bringing this up? Why is this funny? I've got two takeaways. Takeaway one. What the fuck are they talking about at the Kentucky Derby? That's where that came out. He told that to Pamela Oliver at the Kentucky Derby.
Supposedly. Who knows?
Supposedly. Big alleged.
Yeah.
What do we do? That is everything I ever thought we talked about at the Kentucky Derby, by the way.
Kidding. No kidding. Look at those horses getting shot in the face. Let's talk about that.
Aren't there less horses than there used to be?
Yeah. Why is there only 4 horses in this race?
Yeah, but I just it's like, hey, how about those horses? Hey, you work for CNN, right? I've got a scoop for you. And that leads me to take 2 out of this. All right.
Okay.
I think there's a lot going on. I'm not even going to come in. Aaron Rodgers, what should you think of him? What do I think of him? Da-da-da-da-da-da. He went up to a CNN reporter. It was like, that is crazy. I'm going to go up to Al Roker next time I see him. I think the weather's a hoax. Like, you don't think that's going to come out?
Was this supposed to be Kentucky Derby as well? I honestly don't know.
This is a good clarification. The big leak that led to everything, which was the only truly hilarious part about it, is what's our big source? He went up to a CNN correspondent at the Kentucky Derby. She was there just watching the race, I think, and was like, hey, you work for a news corporation, right? You're covering shit up. And she's like, what? And he's like, that's Sandy Hook shooting. And so great. Awesome investigative reporting by her. Just got it, right place, right time.
Yeah.
2, idiot. Like, that's the only thing. Is like, I'm not going to comment on the whole situation, but you're asking me, do I believe it or not, based off the game we were playing earlier in the show? I don't know, man. He just walked up to someone. I could see it. He walked up to a reporter. Maybe he was trying to get her goat. It was 2013. We certainly waited a long time to bring this up.
Okay.
Yes, it was like somewhat recent to it. It had not become a huge talking point or whatever. Listen, not trying to throw aspersions. I just like the idea that he went up to a cop and was like, you know what's fun? Marijuana. I just, I can't believe I got him.
It's so stupid. There's so many things going on here. One, could you have been like, did you hear about this conspiracy theory? And she's like, oh, Aaron Rodgers told me about this conspiracy theory. It's like, okay. Yeah. Also, 2, I'm going to just assume he was definitely inebriated, drunk or something, and with a group which includes AJ Hawk. So, first off, a bunch of people like, go tell her that. Go tell her that. Like, and he probably went and did it.
And he said one of them was AJ.
Yeah. And here's another thing that could have happened. AJ went and told her, and she's like, what's your name? And he says, I am Aaron Rodgers.
Listen, that's very funny. I like that. Or it's his brother from the fucking Bachelor. I don't know. It's I'm not, you've heard about it already. You've come to your own conclusions. I personally think he's an asshole, but I don't know about this one, but I do think it's funny that I just like that it came out and everyone was like, what's the source? I came up to her. He found Anderson Cooper on New Year's Eve and said, I've got a theory.
So dumb.
The ball, no one's seen inside it. It's an egg.
Crazy stuff. What an eventful episode.
What an eventful episode. Next time I get a chance to close the gap on the month. Oh, it's going to be tough, though.
It's going to be tough. I got a good game, though. I think it's going to be fun. And
can we say that I have the right at some point to double down as well?
Yeah, absolutely.
Do I get to do that like halfway through the game, or do I have to do it at the start of the game?
Well, here's the thing. We need to keep things interesting, Jake. We're ahead of anything else. We're showmen. So if it looked like I was going to lose the game halfway through, it's like, okay, we're going to play. Yeah, allegedly. Who knows? Who knows what would have happened? Or did happen.
The motor was your low point.
I mean, if I will look that up. And by the way, if someone's done it, we will talk about it next week. But we're not going to play a full half of a game with 0 stakes. We got to have some sort of stakes. So we can bargain. And I bargained with you, and you accepted it. So
that's fair. All I got to say is I kept fucking saying mower, and you still didn't catch on.
You threw me front loop. I had
I gotta keep you on your toes. Yeah. So there we go. Hey, thanks everyone for listening. I hope you're as excited for this season as we are. Until next time, stay loose.
And let's go out, by the way, on a beautiful gospel choir.
Stay holy.
Singing a little tune about the podcast coming back. So we'll see you next week. Listen to this Baptist gospel choir sing about Flurry Sports.
We've been waiting for this moment, it's finally here. The boys are back, bringing the sports atmosphere. Oh, Zach and Jake, the dynamic duo we adore. They got sports shit to talk about and so much more. It's the season they kick off, time to light the fuse. The Flurry Sports Show, ready to make the news. They'll make you laugh, they'll make you cheer. The boys are here, let's raise a beer. Oh. Get ready for the breakdowns and the game predictions. They've got the flair, they've got the diction. From football to wrestling, they got it all. Bringing you the highlights, entertainment.